Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss mythology as represented in art pieces from ancient Greece. In today's episode, we will be looking at a drinking cup, which depicts scenes from the Odyssey. This drinking cup was made between 550 and 525 BCE during the Archaic period in Athens, Greece. Art in the Archaic period is known for its more realistic style as opposed to the more rigid and geometric style of the previous period, the geometric period. During this period, black figure pottery was very popular, and this drinking cup that we're looking at today is a good example of this. In black figure pottery, figures are drawn onto the clay and fired to turn black. Then the finishing details are carved into the black. The parts of the clay that were not drawn on remain the reddish tint of the natural clay. So this drinking cup depicts a scene from the Odyssey, which is an epic written by Homer, which follows the Greek hero Odysseus after the Trojan War and follows his journey home to Ithaca. On Odysseus' path home with his men, they traveled by sea. They came across the island Aea, home of the witch Circe. Circe is the goddess of magic, but is also referred to as a witch or an enchantress. Circe is the daughter of Perse, a sea nymph, and Helios, the turning god of the sun. Circe was exiled to the small island of Aea by Helios after she turned Scylla, a sea nymph, into a sea monster with 6 heads and sharp teeth. When on the island, Odysseus sends out his men to search for food, and they stumble upon Circe's home. Circe invited them in and provided the men with wine, cheese, and other foods. Circe, however, laced the wine and food with a potion and casted a spell on the men, turning them into animals, which is what is being depicted in the scene of the drinking cup. Wary of Circe, Eurylochus, Odysseus' brother, remains outside Circe's home and witnesses her trickery and runs off to tell Odysseus, who is still at the ship, which can be seen on the far right of the drinking cup, right over here. Upon hearing of what happened to his men, Odysseus sets out to find Circe. When he encounters Hermes, the god of commerce and thieves, but is most notably known as the messenger of the gods. Hermes gives Odysseus a flower, which has the capability of protecting Odysseus from Circe's potions and sorcery. Odysseus then makes his way to Circe's house, where she invites him in and feeds him like she did with Odysseus' men, but when she went to cast a spell on him, it did not work due to the flower's protection. Odysseus then pulled out his sword and commanded Circe to turn his men back to humans, and Circe obeyed. Amazed by Odysseus' bravery, Circe declared love and devotion to Odysseus, and the two of them have a love affair. This drinking cup is currently held at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, Massachusetts. Thanks for tuning in to this week's video. I'll see you again next week.